Recorded live from random secret studios all over the world. We're talking Michigan, Italy, and Philadelphia.
I'm the capo. He's the prez.
And this is Sons of Ben, the pod. Dev and Adam and everybody across the world now that's listening to us, since you're across the world, Adam. Welcome back to episode number Stan Walters. For those of you that weren't born in the 70s, and even those of you that were, nobody knows who Stan Walters is except your diehard Eagles fans. But yeah, he was an offensive lineman in the 70s and 80s. I think he was even on that Dick Vermeil 80 football team. But that's what we have to dig into when we get to episode number 75. So welcome to number 75. And because of all of our combined schedule, I'm back from Vegas in Philly. Adam, you're in Italy.
Oh, yeah.
Devin, you are in. Devin's on mute. That's where he is.
I'm in Michigan.
Devin's in one of the Arbor, Michigan. So yeah,
I am in Lansing, Michigan, home of Michigan State.
There you go. Go Sparty. So yeah, we are all over the place. But yeah, so that's just us, no guests. Let's do the housekeeping. So we got some big news during this. One, Beer the Pod, Yards 2SP, support those, support us. All the Yards beer we sent out to Italy just got impounded, so you don't get any. Sorry, Adam.
I mean, duty free is tough out here. I understand.
Yeah. And then, all right, here's the big news. I keep saying to renew, that you're going to hate yourself if you don't renew. Here's why you want to renew. By the time this pod comes out, probably tomorrow, it will be up on Ticket Leap. The Sons of Ben, members only, are going to do a special tailgate on Wednesday, the 18th of August, when we play NYUFU. What's special about this tailgate, you want to know? We're tailgating with the owners. The owners of the Philadelphia Union are coming out. We're going to have this thing tailgate. I mean, we're going to have this thing catered for us by Cavs Catering. Beverage trailer's going to be open. But we're going to have special guest bartenders. We're going to have friend of the pod, Richard Leibovich. Also, your primary owner, Jay Sugarman, is going to sling beers for you at this tailgate on a Wednesday. And the rest of the ownership group is going to be there. Here's the other good thing. And some of you cheapskates might think it's not good. We're going to charge a flat $20 rate. That flat $20 rate, which, by the way, argue what you want. You're going to get a lot of food, a lot of beverages like always. So if you complain about $20, I'll send you to Toyota Plaza with my own $20 and see what you get in return. But because of the generosity of Richard and the owners, they're underwriting it. So every single cent is going to get donated. We're going to take half of that and write a check that day to Sister Sandra, the Bernadine Center. We're going to take the other half, write that check to Paul and the Philadelphia Union Foundation, and put that right towards Chester Soccer. So as many people as we get out there, your $20 is going directly into Chester. And you get to get a beer from Jay or Richard and talk to the other owners and mingle around. This doesn't happen in Philadelphia sports. Jeffrey Lurie is not walking his prissy butt through an Eagles tailgate and hanging out with you. You know, I don't think the cigar man of the Phillies is going to be doing that, to say the least. So this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience that you get to tailgate with the owners. We're keeping it members only, and we're going to cut it off probably a day or two before. So once it's on Ticket Leap, jump on it as fast as you can, take a half day, work from home, whatever you got to do. But that's the big news. So, Devin is the man in charge of tailgates. How you feeling about this?
This is going to be great. I mean, I got real lucky with the timing of my tenure here. The rest of the minority owners will be at this tailgate, correct?
The ownership group in whole is expected to attend.
I hear there might be a golden standard of ownership there, high quality.
Well, you know what? Every owner is golden in their own right. But yeah, maybe, we'll see. I'm just going to go there. So, okay, other news. We got Mexico City, guys, coming up. There's still time. Get your negative COVID test and get down to Mexico City with me and Sacrificial Sid and see what's going on. And the DC trip, the bus trip, people have been asking, it is up on Ticket Leap. We are ready to go. So get down there for that. And then later on the calendar, save these two dates. August 31st, the Dupe Cup. That is up on Ticket Leap, ready to go. Again, it's a $20 donation. Money comes back to us. You get fed. You get all the beverages on the golf course. You get to boo golfers. It's going to be a great time. And then last, we got the fun run, September 25th. It's before the Atlanta game. It's a 5K up at Northeast High. We've got info on all our socials, but they're the big things to look out for. So, Adam, are you ready for the golf outing, fun run, hanging out with the owners, that kind of stuff? Are you ready for all this?
Well, I mean, unfortunately, because of the timing of my return to Philadelphia, I will literally be landing at John F. Kennedy Airport at 6:45 prior to the game. So I'm going to have to miss this legendary tailgate, much to my chagrin. But, the rest of this, which means, for the fun run, for the Dupe Cup and all parts in between, I'm going extra hard. So you'll see a rare form Adam for sure. And look, I always love to get out with these individuals. Like it's always super cool to be out with the team and, to get this kind of access. And it's crazy that this Dupe Cup continues to be something that I think is going to grow and grow into something that's going to be, an annual, must-see event. I think this is something, not the start, because it's already started a couple of years ago, but the continuation of something beautiful.
Yeah, like I said, we did it 2 years ago before COVID, and it was a small group, and we had a blast. So I think it's going to get bigger and bigger, and as more people are like, you know what, this is an event. And you can't beat it. Yeah, you got to take a day off work, but you're spending $20. What do you can't beat that kind of stuff. So, oh man, I tell you what, yeah, we've got so much, Devin. Even we've got the merch. The Rally House t-shirts are out. Flags. We just ordered new flags. And then we've got the coolest collab we've ever done coming up probably the end of the month. Just think, new lids for you. Last thing for me, Devin, before you get into your tirade, World Cup 2026, www.philadelphia2026.com. It's getting close. FIFA's getting close to coming. I think FIFA's coming around the same time Premier League Live is coming to Philly. So that's going to be another weekend in we're talking September, October of holy crap, more events to do. I need to get more vacation from my job so I can hit all this. Adam, go ahead.
Not to interrupt Devin, because I know he's about to give us hot Discord action, the good stuff that I came here for in the first place. I want to give a shout out to Aaron, friend of the pod, listener of the pod, who started a GoFundMe page from last pod when he heard that my trip to Italy made me broke as hell. And he's like, I'm going to now get a GoFundMe to get Adam a shirt from Rally House. And he set the bar at $100. So I have a couple of questions, but I'm thankful for the people out there that are going to try to donate to my overly privileged ass. I appreciate that.
Does that mean you're getting 3 shirts?
I want to hope so, because then I have a crop top potential. And when it comes out to these hot days, crop tops are necessary. It's a new season, gentlemen.
Very true. Now, Devin, I don't know how you're going to top this, but how about that Discord action, yo?
Discord's fantastic. Not much to report on this week, but nobody won the predictions this week. So we could get into that a little bit. I'll transition you right into that, man.
So we win Toronto, lose New England, and now we prep for Club America. Now, I know we're trying to keep this short and sweet, and there will be live reports. Well, not live, but reports from Mexico City. But what were your thoughts on the Toronto and the New England games, guys? And Devin, what was your prediction on the Discord?
So I've been traveling around so much, I haven't even been able to I didn't even put a prediction in for the New England game. So there it is. Didn't even play in my own tournament. What the hell am I doing?
That doesn't sound like much. Putting a prediction in the Discord takes 12 seconds. Did you send a text message at any time in your voyages? Then you could have put a prediction.
Too much of my time.
This is what they look. See, Devin starts the Discord and then neglects it. This is what he cares about, you people. If you wonder how much effort Devin puts into you people, it's this right here.
Yeah, it was crazy. The highlight, of course, of the last game was Paxton, and I texted Rusty right away, and I get the funniest reply back. He goes, "I'm watching the game with B now in Austria," and I go, "Brendan, who? We're all about the Pax train." And Rusty gets back to me. He's like, Paxton's trying to make you forget about him. And then I was like, nah, tell B we miss him and that kind of stuff. But they were watching it live in Austria together, and they saw the goal. So, that's always a good moment. And I tell you what, I remember we went to my local bar to watch the game, and I had a buddy, friend guy comes up. I don't believe Curtin's doing with this young kids. What is he doing? I'm going, dude, we've got Club America. They leave tomorrow to be 7,300 feet in the air. I go, rest the legs, man. Like, yeah, it's an important game about New England, but the kids were not the reason we lost that game. The kids played great, and there was such high energy that I was even more excited about these guys playing more and more and contributing throughout the season.
Look, we'll start with, first off, let's start with Toronto real quick. That was what you were supposed to do, obviously. That team's terrible. And, we were chanting it's all your fault to the goalie, and it wasn't, to be honest with you. If it wasn't for him, that would have been a 6-0 game easily. Toronto was so happy to be back in Canada that coming to Chester was such a physical and emotional letdown. They had absolutely nothing to give us, to the point where Andre Blake stopped a penalty kick. That's where we were at. So, look, the Union fan base needed that one. People at home needed that one, especially after, look, I'm happy that we're good enough of a team. We're tying Toronto, but we're tying Chicago, even after we were down 1-0. It's still devastating to us as a franchise. Feels like a loss. I'm happy we're at that place. But the win against Toronto is good. And look, I don't give a damn about what happened in that New England game. In fact, if anything, I was more encouraged by the fact that the Union played in another formation and wasn't completely terrible. Mbaizo had a moment or two where he let it down, but for the most part, they went toe to toe with the number one team in MLS with 3 teenagers and 1 20-year-old. And if we want to talk about Flock having a particularly bad game, he's 20. As many great games as he had prior to this, he's going to have a clanker every once in a while. I still trust that man intrinsically with this in the 11 and what he can do for this team. But Curtin said himself, I now have a new formation I can just throw in the back pocket whenever I feel like it. This is something that we can try. And shout out to not just Paxton. Sullivan had a great game. I saw McGlynn have a really, really solid game, And I was happy to see, even when Ilsinho and Bedoya came in, that for the most part, we didn't get the goal, but we maintained enough pressure where New England was probably worried they might have dropped those points. Towards the end of that game, it was definitely something that was not secure for, again, the number one team in MLS.
Yeah, and keep in mind, I think Bruce Arena, after last year, gears up for Philadelphia more than he gears up for any other team. I think after last year's whooping, I think he's solely in on beating this team because just the way Bruce is. And shout out to both goalies. Both goalies. If that's not the 2 best goalies in the MLS, I don't know who are.
I told everyone, and it wasn't even hyperbole. Matt Turner is not only going to be a great goalkeeper, this man is going to be with the United States national team and making an impact. And lo and behold, he wins a bleeping Gold Cup, and he gets Gold Glove for the tournament. Matt Turner is absolutely 100% legit. But here's the fun part about New England. They survived without having him for virtually a month. They still have, they had Brad Knighting in for half of those games, and it still worked out for them. New England's a good team. I don't think they're great. I think that they benefited, I'm not saying that they haven't earned any of their wins. I think they benefited from a schedule that's not as thick as a lot of these other ones are so far. I could be wrong on that. But look, the Union played them twice this year, tied the first game, could easily have been in this game as well. If Sergio Santos puts a ball 3 inches to the left, we're having a completely different conversation about this game. So it's I give all the credit in the universe to New England for being in this position. But in a similar fashion to the Union last year, if the Union were to go up into Foxborough and play a playoff game with full strength, I don't see how they don't not beat. I see that they could beat them. I don't think New England's invincible.
Here's my bold prediction. I actually think New England may have a season like we had last year, and then we roll up there and kick them out of the first round of the playoffs. I really think that could happen where it's the complete role reversal. And I'll take it because we had the Shield. We got the Shield.
It was a
And
fun,
now I want
fun
more.
time.
Fun time. I want more. I want a cup. You know,
Yeah.
I want to win in Mexico. So
Yeah.
that's what I think. I think they benefit from playing on that turf. I think Atlanta benefits from playing on that turf. I think you watch every first half and the guys play, they take some almost a half to get used to the way the ball bounces and how they want to. And that's why I was so happy the young kids were on there because I didn't want to see Bedoya and Elsinho playing 60 minutes on that before they have to go to Club America and Azteca. So, I mean, that was my impression. I'm still super excited. I'm super optimistic about everything. I mean, if I could get on the Discord, if Devin would ever let me, I might start doing throws from predictions, but he's got me banned right now.
Devin's not even on the Discord, so I don't even know what to tell you.
That's true.
Like,
That's why I can't get in. Devin's my door guy, and he can't even get me in.
Yeah, like when the concierge leaves the building, it's hard to get inside of it. I recognize that.
It's every man for himself in there. Good
What
luck.
is it, the Titanic?
Yeah.
Looking like Billy Zane yelling, "I have a child." Yeah, whatever.
Devin, we are on record pace, so we're going to get into a little alumni action if that works for you. Uh-oh.
Good for me.
All right, good. So, you know what? Brendan's the only one I got to really see because I still can't get any of the Belgian league. I don't know about you guys. I can't get the freaking app. Adam, you're there. You should be able to. You should have a full scouting report in the Belgian league now.
Okay, so do you want to talk about how geographically far, specifically Sicily, is from Belgium? Like, we're talking about different parts of this entire continent. But
you
yes,
are
I have the entire scouting.
you are in Miami, and Belgium is in like Michigan. So yeah, you can make this work.
No, Belgium is like
that's-
Belgium's Quebec City, but that's the conversation for another day.
Okay. I think we're going to get different maps and figure this out. But yeah, so I mean, you're on the continent. You can find this. You know, you can get somebody in Palermo to speak Flemish and download the app and let us know what's going on with our man because I can't understand a thing. But I did see B. I think he found a solution for losing the headbands to his sister. He started like gelling back the hair now. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
You know, I was waiting to see the impact Europe had on the gentleman because it was just like, it was an inevitability where you're just like, all right, Christian Pulisic pulled out the Olivier Giroud beard after a while. And it was obviously a total mistake, but it was like the American has to feel their way through Europe, if you will. And I think the gelling of the hair is something, especially, come on, man, Austria, Germany, that area right there, that definitely seems like a gel, like a jealous area, you know, if you will.
Oh, he's going to be sporting a fanny pack soon. We just know it. We don't want him to do it, but he's going to wear a fanny pack without a doubt.
I wore a fanny pack night one that I was here, and I looked damn good. But I wore it across the chest like, you know, the NBA players did 2 summers ago. That's the trick.
Pictures or it didn't happen. Pictures or it did not happen, my friend. That's all I'm going to say. So, but yeah, so they're doing well now. This is gonna cut Adam a little deep. In Olympic coverage, the women picked up a bronze. I'm going to ask you, is this the end of an era? Well,
It
you're muted.
should be. I mean, it absolutely should be at this point. I mean, look, I love these women to the death, and I'm not saying that the bronze is anything to get upset about. This is that's actually, in my eyes, a part of American arrogance, if we're going to be real. Because since we have a little bit of time here, I'm going to go into this. The idea that we have been so dominant in women's soccer comes from the idea that a lot of these other countries are not catching up with us in terms of how much money we gave to our particular programs. Now, that's kind of a lie because a lot of these other countries were already giving women's soccer before we started to do so. But and there's a reason why we lost several World Cups in between the ones we won. Germany won a World Cup. Japan won a World Cup. It wasn't like the United States was such a dominant team that they were literally just mowing people down like women's basketball has been, you know. Like, legitimately, they didn't win the last Olympics they were in, you know. So this isn't a shock to me that occasionally you'll lose a game in the Olympics against the best bleeping teams in the world. You know, it's not completely unheard of. So I do believe it's an end of an era only because I can't imagine, you know, Rapinoe, Lloyd, making it through another cycle. That would be like, we're really playing 42-year-old Carly Lloyd in a World Cup or another Olympics? I would like to believe we have enough talent to not have to do that.
I'm hoping you're right. We have enough talent, and we're just now going to go through the cycle of talent, which is great. If not, we got to get friend of the pod Heather Mitz to come back. Then, if we're going to recycle the 3-time winner.
That's like Flyers level of recycling, and I'm here for that. I'm not against the idea of Heather Mitz coming back, but no.
Yeah, friend of the pod, gold medalist. Like we have a trend of guests that we attract to our tailgates and to our podcast. I don't know. I think we're Olympians. We're the Olympics of podding.
Did Alexei go to Olympics? I forgot. Was Lawless in an Olympics?
Let's just say he did. Let's just, because we're not factual, so let's just say he did.
Sake of the pod, he did. No,
yeah, Danny Higginbotham probably went to a
1,000%.
Yeah.
Was in multiple World Cups. What are you talking about? Olympics, World Cups, the whole nine. No, I mean, look, again, at the end of the day, it's not, I don't think bronze is bad. I'm weird. I don't know. Maybe I'm a part of the participation trophy generation, but I don't believe getting bronze in an Olympics is really that shameful. But all right, cool. Let Fox News have their day, I guess.
Here's how I put that, because I know, like everybody else, you in America, you want to win. You want to be the best, that kind of stuff. But put it this way: in your life, what would you give to just say you were an Olympian, not even a medalist? Let alone if you said, hey, I want a bronze medal. You can talk about that. Your kids would talk about that. Your grandkids would talk about that. Like, my grandfather was a bronze medalist in the discus. You can't take that away. Yeah. So no matter what you say, a bronze medal is something you put on the resume. It's something you put on the wall. So there's definitely no shame in that. It's just that in America, we think it's go gold or go bust. Adam, that was very impressive, by the way. Hit it and quit it, man. That's what this pod is. It's hit it and quit it time. Man, I am feeling left out with you two.
I am
feeling left out.
I am elite. I don't know what to tell you on that front.
Anyway. Now, Devin, big news. Big news coming up in very short period of time, and I'm ashamed because I don't know the exact hours counting. The Premier League is back. The Premier League, Devin. The Premier League is where the best in England play. And then you have a team, Tottenham. And you have a team, Tottenham, that's in there too. So, Adam, did you see? Chelsea made some moves, man. Who'd we bring back?
I actually blacked out. Who did we bring back?
Lukaku.
Oh, is that final now? I didn't even know.
It's final.
Okay, great. So here's the fun part, because I was my girlfriend's nephews here in Italy are actually Inter fans, because when you're a fan of Palermo, you find a better team to root for. So they legitimately were sad about Lukaku's moving on to Chelsea, but I was just like, look, we just sold Tammy Abraham to Roma, so if you need a replacement African-American number 9, actually African-American, just African-based number 9. Yeah. You want one? We got you. We sent another one over in return. But no, the thing about it is, and this is the fun part, when they sold Olivier Giroud, I was just like, yeah, I think I know what this is about to be, because it was just like, you want Timo Werner to be a backup now. That's basically what you're telling the audience, is like, you're saving Timo Werner for the Carabao Cup and the FA, and he's going to play with Hudson-Odoi, while Lukaku, Pulisic, and Mason Mount just ransack over everyone, and then once Pulisic gets his inevitable calf injury, we'll put Havertz in there and just keep it going.
Or Timo comes in for the last 20 minutes to run people's legs into the dirt. That's kind of what he's going to do, like he did when he.
Are endless.
Yeah. So no, now Devin. This is called making moves in the offseason. Now, I look at Tottenham, and the big move was Harry Kane took a page out of Aaron Rodgers. And didn't show up for the early parts of camp, so that's good.
That looks
great. It looks like you signed Martinez from Inter too. Inter's just bleeding play and talent out there, man. What is going over in Italy, Adam? They're losing Lukaku,
financial crisis.
I mean, it's Spurs and Arsenal are tracking Martinez, but you're like, oh my God, what is going out there? And here's where I'm going to wrap up the whole thing. This is why I feel bad for where you are right now, Adam. Our friend of the pod, friend of Sons of Ben, is in Italy with you. Not
Yes.
with you, but at the same time, Gigio's out there.
Yeah. I've commented on his Pisa tower holding like a good tourist.
Yeah. So Gigio's out there, and he's a Roma fan. Their biggest off-season hiring, I'm going to say, was Devin's favorite manager, Josie. So how do you watch Serie A and be happy with everything bleeding out of there right now?
Hey man.
Or getting Josie in to be a manager.
Look at if you're a fan of Roma, you just got my favorite chant in the game because you've got Tammy do 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 Tammy do 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 do. Now, legitimately,
What is Josie going to do to Tammy? What is Josie going to do?
Not have him ever score a goal because they're going to because in true Jose Mourinho fashion, their central defensive mid is going to score the goal and then they park the bus. That's how that works. Your number 9s never thrive in a Jose Mourinho system. That's why Diego Costa hated his life.
I hate it. I felt so bad for the poor kid when he went over. I'm like, oh God, okay, but I don't know, Devin. What are your thoughts on Tottenham and Roma? Because you can speak highly on Roma since you love that manager so much. He is your gaffer.
I'm happy it's going on over there, just not at Tottenham. Now, first of all, let me bring it back. First game of the Premier League season, you can't remember. It's Brentford versus Arsenal. All right, so like this is the aligning of the stars for me. I get to see a team that I follow beat Arsenal, which is always a great time, and I get to support Brentford. So it's two birds, one stone.
What day is that? Because that's what I couldn't remember. My countdown clock on how many days and hours.
Friday the 13th.
I was going to say I'm in San Antonio, so I'm like trying to figure out my lunch break so I can watch it somewhere. Like that's my whole thing. I have it on my calendar, and I'm going, how many days till Premier League? Like I'm super excited for Premier League. I'm super excited for Mexico City. I'm excited for us stomping NYUFU. This is going to be a legendary week in 3 weeks in a row, man.
We're burying the real lead here, and it is how does one coach get fired from Tottenham Hotspur and fall upward faster?
Wow.
Because right now, what is happening in Paris, France is absolutely incredible. And watching Punch get to now coach this team of gladiators into the stratosphere.
I mean, I don't think he even could have figured that he would be coaching Messi. Like, oh my Lord, it's great to see. You love to see it.
Is he going to be able to handle that talent? Does he have the Ted Lasso, mentality?
He handled Harry Kane just fine. He handled Harry Kane better than Jose did.
Yes, because Harry Kane and Kylian Mbappe are the same person. And that's exactly what you just told me.
Did you just put Harry Kane on the same level as Messi? I mean, it's great when we put Aronson on the same level as Messi because that's called irony. You just put Harry Kane and a stack of mashed potatoes on the same level as Messi.
I think in England, Harry Kane is a lot closer to Messi than
listen. In England, Harry Kane. In England, Harry Kane is Cristiano Ronaldo. He's tan and good looking in England, but in the real world, he's a pasty like Frankenstein looking mofo.
Look, I'm just excited to see the greatest show in France other than Moulin Rouge, which will be these three gentlemen up top, with also the goalkeeper of the tournament from Italy, who is literally just like 10 years old at this point. So he's just going to grow into being that great keeper. Like Paris Saint-Germain said, we are tired of these semifinals. We are tired of these motherfucking losses in this motherfucking UCL. And we are going to do, this is all in. This is Webster's definition of all in. And I'm absolutely here for it. As a low-key fan of PSG, this is a big day. Me and Jonathan Tannenwald are about to buy matching Jordan jerseys, and it's going to be a great time.
All right, Devin, for the Discord, just for shits and giggles, we need you to put a over and under bet on how many goals Messi scores in this division now. I mean, we've got to research and really look at this, but like, he should roll through that like a hot knife, like a hot chainsaw through butter.
What's our over-under? We got to set a bar.
We've got to set a bar. We've got to figure this out. We've got to look down. You know what? Next week, we're going to bring Sean Brace on from The Gambler
There we go.
to
I like it.
explain soccer gambling, and maybe we'll have him then tell us what a good over-under and for how many goals Messi's going to do when he gets to France, because he's going to score more.
Let's do it.
He's going to score more than Andy Carroll and Pat Burrell combined in their respective towns.
I get it. I know you're talking about scoring there. To the man who scores. Now, legitimately though, because I'm looking at this right now and I'm like, I remember the days of Suarez and Neymar and Messi, and now we have Neymar, Messi, and Mbappe. What the? Like, that is absolute carnage that is about to be laid waste to League One. And legitimately, none of those games matter to PSG now. Like, that's basically like Duke in the regular season. No one gives a shit about those. It only matters when it comes to tournament time. France is going to win PSG is going to win every single tournament France has to offer by a country mile. Because what else? Lyon? Monaco? Nice? Who? Marcel?
I'm gonna go all mad money on you right now. All I'm going to tell you to do is invest in whatever company makes the back of the rope netting for goals, because they're going to burn through it in League One. They're going to be replacing netting all the time. Buy big on those stocks. That's a big buy. It's going to be an arcade game.
C'est la Messi.
Yeah. Devin, did we miss anything? I think we got in on your timing. You know, I think this is what you wanted. Short and sweet this week.
Devin.
That's your title. Short and sweet
Devin.
this week.
You know how this goes. Play the music. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for a Over the Seas. That's right, an international Fusion Minute. Now, the Fusion, after going 2-0 last week in their respective tournaments, getting ready for the Countdown Cup, went 1-1 after beating the NYXL in Game 1 3-1, but getting reverse swept by the Hsinchu Hunters in a match that I actually watched in real time because I'm actually over here and the timing wasn't terrible for me because Korea is only but so far away from Italy. But anyway, legitimately, it looked like this team needed that loss because I didn't like where they were getting. The Fusion had a bad start to the year because of all of their teammates couldn't get over to Korea because visa issues, pandemic, everyone's suffering. Now that they got almost a full roster back, other than Poco and Shockwave, who are still trying to get cleared visas over to Korea, it looked like they were about to get back to their normal dominating self, but I needed them to pull those brakes a little bit because going into the Countdown Cup, that's when you get hit by a Shanghai, that's when you get hit by a Guangzhou, and you need to be ready for that. So low-key, I believe the loss is going to work out well for the team. I am super excited for this bye week, and then the following week, we're getting down to the Countdown Cup, and I'm pretty sure you're going to have a 2-seed Philadelphia Fusion ready to run rampant. Shout out to Rich Laurie for all of his coverage that he's done. He's been in Mexico since 2 days ago. As when we're recording this pod, I believe it's Tuesday. He's been in Mexico since, I believe, Sunday, and watching his little Twitter handle and snaps so far have been fun. I'm sure it's getting a lot of people prepared for Mexico, so I'm really excited about that. So shout out to him. And, let's go kick ass in Mexico. I'm here for this. Everyone who's going down, stay safe, stay healthy, don't drink the water, and, let Mexico know that Philadelphia's got a soccer team and we're here to stay.
Adam, Devin, everyone, thank you once again for episode number Stan Walters 75 is in the books. It was short and sweet this week, right, Devin? Is that what you're going to call it? I can't wait to see you type that up, man. And we are going to have a bigger one next week where we're going to be talking Mexico. We're going to be talking tailgating. We're going to be talking about everything. So everybody, thanks a lot, and aloha Felicia.